Hello to you. I do hope you're well. I am a firm believer that greatness is a choice. And that is why I expect my students to choose greatness so that they will become their best, fulfill their full potential, and achieve great things in education. And in this short video, I'm going to talk you through the 5 pillars of greatness, which you can practice and put into action on a daily basis. And this reflects what Aristotle once said, that we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence is not an act, but a habit. And choosing greatness and therefore achieving great things is about consistently doing these 5 things. It means G, giving it 100%, R, respecting everybody, E, engaging positively, A, arriving on time, and T, taking responsibility. And I'm a firm believer that everybody is capable of greatness because it all comes down to the choices that you make. So if you make the choice to consistently put these 5 pillars into practice, I am confident that you will become your best and you will become the best in the country. So in this short video, we are going to talk through these 5 pillars. We're going to be asking, why are they important? And we'll be looking at how you can put them into practice during your time in education. So let's start by being really clear that greatness is a choice. Greatness is not something that some people are born with. It is something that everybody can achieve by putting these 5 pillars into practice. And the word greatness itself means the quality of being great. It's about eminence and distinction. So it's about becoming your very best. And one way that I like to put this is that greatness is about striving to become your best and fulfill your full potential. It's about aspiring to excellence and striving to become the very best that you can be. Now, greatness is not just about what you can achieve for yourself. It's also about what you can contribute to the common good of society. And so, as I've put here, greatness is also about making a positive difference in the world. I strongly believe that happiness and fulfillment are the result of using your skills to help other people. So it's really important that you think, how can I contribute to the community? What positive difference can I make in society? And I think we achieve true greatness and true happiness when we use our skills and our talents in a way that will help other people in the world. And I think it's really important you know that success in life is achieved through effort and determination. You don't just wake up in the morning and achieve success. It is the result of thousands of hours of hard work, determination, perseverance, and resilience. And that's a really positive thing because it teaches us that if we do work hard, if we do show effort and determination, then we can make progress and we can fulfill our full potential. And so it's really important to remember you are capable of achieving great things in education and also in life. It all comes down to the choices that you make every single day. And we're going to focus now on the 5 pillars that I want you to put into practice every single day during your short time in education so that you can become your best, fulfill your full potential, and achieve great things. So our first pillar is G, give it 100%. And this is that idea that whatever you are doing, make sure you give it 100%. So make sure you give it your best shot and you give it your all. And this is based on research by Dr. Carol Dweck, who found that effort is the key to mastery. So in other words, success is achieved through effort and determination. And it is so important we know that winning and succeeding in life is the result of thousands of hours worth of working. There are no shortcuts to genuine, long-lasting success. If you want something, you need to work hard to achieve it. And we see this in the Olympics. If you think about someone who has won a gold medal, they didn't just turn up that day and give it a go. They have put in thousands of hours worth of practice and hard work in order to get where they are. And so we need to do the same in order to achieve great things in our lives. So that means giving it 100% in everything that you're doing in school. Always try your best. Always give it your all. And this reminds me of something my mum would always say to me whenever I had an exam at school. She would always say, as long as you've tried your best, that's all that matters. And it is so important to remember that you don't need to get 100% in every assessment that you do. Of course, you should always be trying to get the highest mark you possibly can. But at the end of the day, what really matters is that you are trying your best so that you can make progress and you can fulfill your full potential. So in everything that you do, strive to give it 100%. Strive to do your best, give it your best shot, and then be proud of the progress that you make as a result. So that is our first pillar for greatness. Whatever it is that you're doing, give it 100%. Give it your all, try your absolute best, and then be proud of the progress you are making as a result. Our second pillar is respect everybody. And the key point here is that you need to treat everyone that you meet with respect without exception. Because remember, we are all human beings. Despite the differences that you might see in the different people that you interact with, at the end of the day, we are all human beings. And so we all deserve respect, kindness, and consideration. And so whenever you are interacting with somebody, make sure you are treating them with respect, kindness, and consideration. So what does that actually mean? Well, two really important things you need to always do are to speak politely and have good manners. So whenever you are speaking to somebody, make sure you are being polite. So if you're asking for something, make sure you say please. As my granny will always say, I want, never get. If you're making a request, make sure you are saying please. And in the same way, if someone has given you something, make sure you are saying thank you to them. It is so important to remember that gratitude leads to greatness. So always be saying thank you. Thank your teachers when you leave their lesson. It is such a simple, easy thing to do, but it has such a positive impact. And make sure as well that you have good manners in your actions. So, for example, hold a door open, or if you're on public transport, offer your seat to someone who needs it. It's basically all about being considerate of the people around you. And it's also so important to be kind to everybody. So make sure you smile, say hello, and you strive to be inclusive. Try to include people, make them feel welcome, and seek to make a positive difference in their day. And of course, just as important is that you're not being unkind to anyone. So make sure you refrain from unkind words, comments, or judgments. Do not discriminate or cause harm. As I say, we are all human beings at the end of the day. There is no place in our society for racism, homophobia, sexism, or any form of discrimination. Make sure you are treating every person with respect. And a great rule to remember here is a rule I learned from my granny, which is if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And I would actually add on to that, really pay attention to what your friends are doing as well. Because if your friends are being unkind or discriminatory, you've got really important questions to ask yourself. You need to ask whether you are going to challenge them on that, and actually whether you want to be friends with that person. Because I really strongly believe that somebody who shows greatness, who has integrity and honourable purpose, will not be a bystander when they see discrimination, when they see bullying, when they see harm being caused. So make sure that you are respecting everybody and strive to be a good influence on those around you so that they are also respecting everybody. And there's one brilliant rule that we see in all of the world's religions that I think sums all of this up when it comes to speaking politely, having good manners, and being kind. And that is to treat others as you would like them to treat you. So always keep that in mind whenever you are speaking with somebody, whenever you are interacting with somebody, whoever they are, whoever they may be. Always treat them as you would like to be treated yourself. And keep in mind that everybody is a human being. We are all human, and so we all deserve to be treated with respect, kindness, and consideration. And finally, I need to be really clear that there are no excuses for rudeness or disrespect. I think that in education, there are some things that we can understand may sometimes happen. Things like forgetting your book one day or arriving late to a lesson. However, one thing that can never be excused is being rude or disrespect. There is no need for it and there is no excuse for it. So make it your mission to treat everybody that you meet with respect without exception. And that means prioritizing speaking politely, having good manners, and being kind to everyone that you interact with. So let's take a look now at our third pillar, which is to engage positively. And this applies in lessons, always strive to be fully engaged and to positively engage in your lessons, but also in school life more generally. We are in education for such a short amount of time. Make sure you make the most of it. So, get involved in things in school. As you get older, I always think, have a look if you can get involved in mentoring and supporting younger students. And, using your skills to help others in their learning and in their progress, because not only will that be great for them, but it's also great experience for you. And it's great for future employers to see that even when you were in school, you were striving to make a positive contribution and help others by using your skills and talents in a positive way. So engaging positively is all about having a positive, confident, and optimistic attitude to learning. So it's about giving everything a go and being really optimistic about what you can achieve. So, even if it is a difficult task that you're faced with, or even if it's a subject where you've struggled in the past, don't rule yourself out or write yourself off. Give it a go. As I say, be positive, confident, and optimistic. So when you're in the classroom, really try and contribute and participate positively. So, give the teacher your full attention, be taking all the notes that you need to, complete all of the tasks to the best of your ability, put your hand up, take part in the group activities, and, encourage other people to do the same. Try and get other people to be their best as well. And then outside of the classroom, so when you're in the wider school community, try and get involved as well. Try and take part in activities, in clubs, in initiatives that might be being run, whether that is the football team, the school council, whether that is peer reading. As I say, we're in education for such a short amount of time. Make sure you get as much as you possibly can out of it. Make sure you engage positively, both in the classroom, but also in the wider school community. A big part of engaging positively is aspiring to inspire others. As I've mentioned a few times now, I think we find our true happiness and fulfillment in life when we use our skills in a way that helps others. And a great way of engaging positively in school is aspiring to inspire others. So try to set a good example, be a leader. Again, having integrity and honourable purpose is all about being a leader and striving to be a good role model for others. And seek to make a positive difference through your contribution in school. Try and make a difference in a really positive way. So again, use your skills, use your talents to help other people. Think about the contribution you can make. Think about the difference you can make, because you really can have a positive impact. And that is something you will be very proud of. It is something that other people will really appreciate. And it's also something that your future employers will really appreciate as well, because you'll be able to talk to them about the difference you've made and the impact you've had, even when you were in school yourself. And that will show them that you are someone they want to employ. And another really important part of engaging positively is to be resilient. Our time in school is not always going to be easy. There are going to be challenges, there are going to be difficulties, but engaging positively is about embracing those challenges and striving to learn from the setbacks that we all face. As I say, your time in school is going to include challenges and difficulties. So the main thing is that you're seeing every obstacle as an opportunity to learn, progress, and improve. As I said when we were talking about giving it 100%, as long as you've tried your best, I think you should be very proud of yourself. Because if we do give it 100% and we do strive to engage positively, I think we can be sure that we will make progress towards fulfilling our full potential. So whatever you're doing in school, whether that's in the classroom or the wider school community, strive to engage positively and inspire others to do the same as well. That brings us on to our fourth pillar for greatness, which is to arrive on time. And this reflects the fact that punctuality is important, not just in school, but also in life. Because when you are going for a job, when you're turning up for a job interview, and then when you are actually employed, you will need to be punctual. So we need to get into this good habit now whilst we're in school. So what you need to be doing is making that effort on a consistent daily basis to arrive on time. And one other anecdote I like to tell my students is that if you are late to the airport, the plane will not wait for you. So you need to make sure you're on time, whether that's in school, whether that is in the workplace, or whether that is when you want to go on holiday. So how can we do this? Well, we simply need to get into what I call a good habit for arriving on time every single day. And we can do that by setting an alarm in the morning, planning your journey to school, and making sure you leave time to spare. And then, of course, during the school day, it's about paying attention to your timetable. It's about making sure you're checking the time, you're listening for the bells, and you're being proactive. You're being organized. You're using your initiative to make sure you are at your lessons on time so that you can start the lesson on time and you can learn from your teacher and therefore make progress towards becoming your best and achieving great things in that subject. And it's really important to remember as well that attendance in general is really important, because we know from research that attendance is a key factor in facilitating learning and maximising outcomes. So, in other words, you need to be in the classroom in order to be learning and making progress. So make that extra effort to attend and arrive on time. And I would say to try and maintain 97% attendance at least, because that does allow for you to have a couple of days off in the year if you really need to, because of course people do get ill. That does happen. And it is important that you're making your health a number one priority, but really do try and aim for the highest attendance that you possibly can so that you don't miss out on your learning. Now, I have put a little asterisk there because it is important to know there are exceptional circumstances. I spent many months in hospital when I was in year 8. So I do understand and I do appreciate that there are exceptional circumstances that some of us do find ourselves in. But the main thing for me is that you are making that extra effort to attend and arrive on time, that you do see the value and the importance of punctuality and attendance so that you can be learning, making progress, and therefore working hard to become your best and achieve great things in education. And then finally, the fifth pillar for greatness, which I think is actually the most important and the one that underpins the other four, is to take responsibility. And when I say take responsibility, I mean you are taking responsibility for your choices, for your actions, and for your future success. And it's important to remember that there are many things in life that we can't control. We can't control what happens to us, but what we can control is how we respond and how we choose to act ourselves. So always remember that you are, at the end of the day, accountable for your actions. So don't try to evade accountability. Don't try to excuse your actions. Always be accountable for them, because every choice that we make has consequences. It is your duty, it is your responsibility to always think before you act. Always be thinking, will this decision help me to grow into the best version of myself? Is this decision going to help me to succeed, to become my best and achieve great things? Or is it not? Because if it's not, then don't make that decision. Only do things that are going to lead to you achieving, progressing, and becoming your very best. Because at the end of the day, you are the master of your destiny. The choices that you make during your time in education will have a big impact on your life in the future. So make sure you're making the right choices to be organized, be respectful, give it 100%, arrive on time, work hard, etc. And if you make those choices now, that will pay off for you. See it as an investment in your future. Every single day is an opportunity to make the right choices so that you can achieve great things in education and in the future. Now, I think one really important part of this is being organised. It is our responsibility to be organised, isn't it? And this is all about taking responsibility for your learning, taking responsibility for the progress that you're making so that you can achieve, that you can become your best and fulfill your full potential. So you need to be making that choice to meet deadlines, to bring your resources, and also to ask for help if you need it. It is your responsibility to be getting your equipment ready, doing your work on time, and asking for help if you need it. So always think, I am going to take responsibility for my learning so that I can make progress, so I can fulfill my potential, and I can achieve great things. And another really important part of taking responsibility is taking accountability. As we mentioned before, you are accountable for your actions. So if your actions have caused harm, you need to take responsibility for that. You need to be honest about it, take responsibility, and seek to learn from it. If your actions have caused harm, always apologise and seek to make amends, because this shows integrity and good character. So don't try and evade blame. Don't try and blame other people. Hold up your hands, be honest about what happened, apologise, and then learn from it. Seek to apologise, learn a lesson, and move forwards. But as I say, it is a really, really clear sign of integrity and good character if you can take responsibility, especially when you do make a mistake. Because as I've said in this video already, we do all make mistakes. We are human beings. That is part of life, and that is part of the learning journey. What matters is that we are taking responsibility for our own success and that we're taking accountability for our actions. And for me, the most important points here are that therefore you're being organised and that you are being accountable for your actions. So a key example there is to apologise if you have made a mistake that has led to somebody being hurt. So they are our 5 pillars for greatness. And that leads me to one question. Are you ready for greatness? We'll have one lifetime on this planet. So you need to make it your mission to become your best, fulfill your potential, and achieve great things. If you think about it, you're only in school for such a short amount of time. So make it your mission to give it 100%, try your absolute best, and make the most of your time in school so that you can make progress, fulfill your full potential, and then go on to have a really happy, successful, and fulfilling life. See every day in school as an opportunity to make progress towards greatness. You don't need to be perfect, but what I do want to see is progress, that you are striving to be the best that you can be, that you are learning from any mistakes and setbacks, and that you are working hard to fulfill your full potential and achieve great things. So strive to become the best that you can possibly be and aspire to make that positive contribution to the common good of society. As I've mentioned a couple of times now, it is so important to think, what contribution can I make? What positive difference can I make? How can I help other people? How can I make the world a better place? And that leads me to say, dream big, work hard, and be kind. Be your best and achieve great things. Thank you for watching. I really hope that has been helpful for you in terms of thinking, what is greatness and how can you achieve it? And I think if you try and put those 5 pillars into practice every day during your time in education, you will achieve the great things you are capable of achieving. So work hard to become your best and to become the best in the country. Take care. Bye-bye.